To understand how atoms become molecules, it's very helpful to build models of molecules. And if you have built models of atoms using pom-poms, it's easily understandable or quick to realize that this is a very laborious way of building models of molecules. So instead, scientists have developed these plastic beads that are symbolizing different types of atoms, and they can easily be combined through holes and pins to symbolize molecules. If you first start to look at this white bead here, which symbolizes hydrogen atoms, it only has one hole. And you can look at the periodic table and talk about electrons and then ask, why does it only have one hole? And maybe your students will realize that, well, there is room for 2 electrons in this inner shell at this period, and it has 1 electron. It only lacks 1. So this hole actually symbolizes how many electrons this atom lacks to have a full outer shell. It only lacks 1. If we turn to this red bead, which symbolizes oxygen, which has atom number 8, we see that it lacks 2 electrons to have a full outer shell, and therefore this bead has 2 holes. It can share electrons at 2 places with another atom. And then carbon, this black bead symbolizes carbon. It is here an atomic number 6, lacking 4 electrons in its outer shell to have a full shell. And actually it has 4 holes because it can share 4 electrons with other atoms. And this you can now use to build small molecules. It's natural to start with H2O. Then you need 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. And you just use these small, stiff connections and put it all together. And you get what some also call the Mickey Mouse molecule. So this is water. You may also wish to, for example, build carbon dioxide. And then you need 2 oxygen and 1 carbon. And now you need to use these flexible connections. Because 2 will go into each oxygen. So you get what we call a double bond. And here you have carbon dioxide, a gas that we breathe out all the time, a gas that is in the atmosphere, a gas that is a result of combustion. Therefore, we are actually now getting too much of it in the atmosphere, and this leads to global warming. The reason it's hard to reuse carbon dioxide in a useful way is actually these 2 double bonds. They're very strong and they're hard to break. This is a very stable molecule, so it's not easy to build into something else. Well, so here you can play a little. Maybe you also will build oxygen or hydrogen gas. It's up to you. In this activity, we will give you plenty of beads to build models so that every student can build their own model. And you don't have to rush it. You just take the time you need and you play with the beads together. There's nothing that can be broken, and you can just, maybe they can also build their own imaginary molecules.